Aquarians, hello. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. And to those of you who it's your first time here, welcome. I'm Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot. And today I'm going to be doing a general monthly reading for the collective of Aquarius. So that's any of the 11 placements. If you have Aquarius in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or Mercury, or Mars, they would be the strongest. Sun, moon, rising, the strongest, and then Venus, Mercury, Mars second, but all 11 placements will work. Okay, so the format, I'm doing the monthly readings now week by week. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, how's it start, how's it end, 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 and at the end pulling a card from the Healing Cards Oracle for the overall for the monthly. We're going to start with the Tower of Curious Creatures, and we're going to clarify with the Muse. Are you ready, Aquarians? Are you ready? Let's get right into it. Sorry, hold on. Oh, I want to light this candle. I moved the camera so you won't be able to see the incense smoke all crazy anymore. If you missed that, let me know and I'll move the incense, but it'll like waft through, but it won't be all like boo boo billowing in your face, Aquarius. All right, here we go. Week 1, are you ready? Week 1, pretty much almost over. But let's see how it went, right? I gotta figure that out for future readings. All right. Week 1. How's week 1 starting for Aquarius? How did it start? Whoa, it didn't go on the table. So I'm probably not gonna, I don't know. The Devil sideways going into the upright. Interesting. So it started off the week with you like going back and forth kind of, or coming out of one phase and going into another with dealing with your vices, whatever that is, your non-coping coping mechanisms. Interesting. Okay. How did week 1 end? I'm going to put them back in. It's the 9 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. But they kind of fell more than they were shuffled. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Week 2. The Knight of Cups, okay. An open heart, it's about having an open heart. The 6 of Cups, the Queen of Swords. This is a past life connection, like soulmate, doesn't have to be romantic, and the Libra card. It could also be you standing in your power. I don't know. Let's see. These are flipping and not coming out. Let's see. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. I just keep getting you're like doing a lot of introspection. The Nine of Pentacles, right? That was what fell out before. The Hermit. Going into the reverse. Week 3. Five of Wands. A lot of sideways ones, Aquarians. So that's like you're like that. In between, right? Week 4. Wow. Okay. On the split is the Sun. That is you in your most authentic self. That is you living as your authentic self. And because of that, it puts you in the vibration of happiness, right? Even when there's things that aren't happy happening around you, you are rooted and actualized in yourself. And so you are able to get through those things faster. You know what I mean? And the King of Pentacles on the bottom. So if you have Taurus in your chart, it's Taurus card. Could also be any earth sign, but you don't have to have any of them or be any of those. The Sun is also the Leo card. I just tell you these things in case they're relevant to you, okay? Under the Sun is the Queen of Pentacles, and under the King of Pentacles is the Lovers. Aquarius. What's going on? That's a divine counterpart, King and Queen. And the Hierophant. Yeah, so, okay. So this looks like underlying all of this, and we'll see when we get into it, is a soul connection. It's your legacy, it's building your foundation, and there's a soul connection. More likely of the romantic kind, but let's see, we'll see. Okay, week 1, you got Page of Swords in the upright and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Virgo. You got the Queen of Wands, Aries. Could be any fire sign, doesn't have to be any of those. It's just embodying the energy of this. Going into the reverse. So that's not great. That's a person not in their power, not feeling confident, not feeling attractive. Questioning it. Doesn't have to be not, it could be just questioning it. So week 2, you come into the Hanged Man sideways going into the reverse, but that's not a bad thing, and I will tell you in a moment. And the Hermit, which is also Virgo, going into the reverse. Also not necessarily a negative thing, so don't forget about that. All right, week 3, the Five of Wands, sideways going into the upright. The Three of Cups in reverse, again, doesn't have to be a negative thing. And the Ace of Cups, look at that. It's interesting, right? I'm really curious about that week. And week 4, the Six of Swords, it came in like this. Just going into the upright. That's good. Well, again, I'll tell you when we get there. How week 4 is ending is the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So you started the month of February with the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. And you ended with the Nine of Pentacles, which is you in your power. Self-care is number 1, and you are taking really good, you're honoring yourself, you know. And the Four of Wands, which is a happy union card. It's the merging of two entities together that create a new one. So it's called the marriage card, but it could be like starting a company, but it is mostly more like love related than it is business, but it could be both. Okay. That's a lot of growth, is my point of telling you how you start and how you end. Because you start with the Page of Swords in the upright and you end in the Six of Swords. So you started this month out not feeling, I don't want to say empowered, emboldened, mistrust. There was some level of mistrust, and you were like, and it had to do with you. It has to do with finding out information. Either you're trying to find out information. It's like a research card. You know what I mean? Some people, it's like, it can be a stalker card, you know, any level of that. It's like gathering info, gathering intel. But there's like there's an air of mistrust about it. It's not like happy. You're like a little like on guard. And you end in the Six of Swords, which is healing, which is the refueling, the rebuilding of your energetic reserve. You have removed yourself from something. It doesn't have to be permanently removed, but there's a separation where you have removed yourself and you are focused on you. Okay. So let's go week 1, y'all. Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So slow, doesn't usually move. Doesn't have to be a negative thing, but sometimes it can be. And in this case, it's just showing in the reverse, it is movement, right? We're gonna see what else it is though. It's a dependable person. Trustworthy. So it's in the reverse, and it's here with the Page of Swords. So let's see what that was for you. What am I doing? My energy is today. I don't know. It feels like there's like a merry-go-round, a carousel happening inside of me. Like, I don't know, but that's what, maybe I'm more aware of it than you guys even are. But if I'm off, that's what it is. Okay. Jumbled. I feel jumbled. Okay. What can you tell us about why the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse? Why was the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? Wow. That does not happen. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go through it and see what happens. That does not really happen that often. That's 78 cards we just went through. The Devil. The Devil came out before too. Okay. So this month started out with you really in or very aware of the shit that you've been doing, behaviors you've been doing that haven't served you. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is what I just pulled on, and it came out the Knight of Materials, the Knight of Pentacles. One in the upright, one in the reverse. That's the universe going, this is what Chris from Minnow Pond Tarot says. I meant what I said. It is, okay, and on the split is the Sun, and on the split from the other one was the Sun. Aquarius, and the Five of Swords. Yes, this is you really fortifying your foundation. You. possibly being in a space where you weren't making any motion, and now in the first week, which when you see this, you probably just have come out of, in the beginning of the first week, you came in there like maybe determined to get your groundings, get your bearings, start a new path for you. You know what I mean? Let's look at the Queen of Wands and why that is sideways going into the reverse. Because I feel like this might be you too, like, and you're finding your confidence at the end, but it might not be you, so I want to figure that out. It is the Aries card if you have Aries in your chart, but let's see, okay? It could be any fire sign, and it doesn't, gender isn't relevant. Okay, what are the intentions of the Queen of Wands towards Aquarius? What are the intentions of the Queen of Wands towards Aquarius? The Knight of Swords. Cutting bitches out? Yeah, I think this is you. Let me see what the split is. The 10, 3. It is. It's you. It's you. That's you gathering up your, like, okay. Like, yeah, all that. Okay. Hold on. On the split is the 10 of voices. Voices are swords. And the bottom is the 3 of wands. Okay. It's you taking all of the pain that you've been holding on to, still carrying with you, right? And finally saying, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with letting you, pain, dictate my movements. Like, it's been like, I feel like it's been like subconscious. I don't even know how conscious you had been, but now you are. Cold, hot. Hold on. Do this half concoction. See how that works. This shirt's kind of hard to do that with. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. The Queen of Wands is a person who is extremely creative. Just creativity and ideas and inspiration, and finding inspiration and being inspiration, they just are inherent in you, just bubbling continuously in there. And that frequency that happens activates the molecules in you in a vibrating way that feels sensual. It ignites all your sensuality, right? So a person who's the Queen of Wands or the King in their upright in their power is extremely attractive, like super magnetic and super hot, right? Because they're just flowing. The Queen of Wands in the upright is someone who is empowered, confident, self-esteem is high, security is high, outspoken, not afraid, fearless. Somebody you want, the King and Queen of Wands, you want on your side in a fight. Someone who will take action like that. You feel me? And it looks like at the end, which is where you are now, you are getting even closer to cutting bitches out. Any behaviors you do, or any people or things, people, places, things that don't serve you, that aren't equal to you where you are frequency wise. Do you know what I'm saying? Anything lower, you're like, you're starting to let yourself take action and be the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the swiftest moving knight, and the Knight of Pentacles, which you got twice, is the slowest, and you got them both. Starting with the slowest, ending with the... Okay, so week 2, the Hangman, sideways going into the reverse. Just want you to see this, dude. Look at the crown chakra. Boop, boop, boop. This is how it is. This is how it's going for you. And what that means, and also the Hermit. But your Hermit is going into the reverse. I just want you to look at something. See how this homie's crown chakra is activated, right? And the Hermit, the energy is here still in the lantern. You feel me? So this is interesting. There's still a pause. This is a pretty big pause. This is where you've hold on. Maybe you are resisting. Okay. Sometimes the Hermit in reverse indicates coming out of isolation. I think for you I think you are still in isolation, but you are letting yourself trust in yourself. The Hangman is when there's a delay in something, and it's because a shift in perspective is needed. And that usually also includes like getting information from sources outside yourself. But remember, you already did that in week 1, the Page of Swords. And the Hangman in reverse is when you realize that the answers aren't out there, that the perspective shift is you have it already in you because it's you hadn't been listening to your authentic self, and now you are going to. And so now you move into the Hermit, which is cool. So if the Six of Swords is rebuilding your energetic reserve, the Hermit is refilling it. Right? And that's where you're about to be in. There's still a little bit of conflict because week 3 you move into the Five of Wands, and we'll get into that. But there is progress here, and you are really when you move out of it, you move into the Four of Wands. You don't play, Aquarius. like, it's fast for you. You're an air sign. I think especially Aquarius and Libra specifically. Because I'm a Libra, and Aries is that way too. When you know. Boom. You know what I mean? It happens fast. Okay. So let me shuffle these again. Let's do the Hangman. No, let's do the Hermit. We might do both, but I don't think we need to do both. So we're going to do the Hermit and see what's up here. So why is the Hermit, why is Aquarius teeter-tottering? What's going on? What is keeping Aquarius teeter-tottering? When they come out in reverse, I always check to make sure I didn't do that wrong. You got the Four of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse. So the Two of Cups on the split and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is still next in this upcoming week right now for you, or if you're watching this when I post it. It's you versus you. This keeps popping up. The Four of Swords in the upright is healing, is when you take a step back and realize, like, I need to tweak my sleeping schedule, or I've been eating crappy the past whatever, so I need to like not eat crappy. It's when you make changes that you need to make to maintain your authentic self, but they're on the smaller. It's like a weekend away or a day trip away, as opposed to the Six of Swords, where it's a full-on separation, and the Hermit, where it's isolation and separation. Do you know what I mean? So this, why you're teeter-tottering on the Hermit is you're still fighting your intuition. You're still fighting, I think, the idea that you are not worthy of love. Deep down, that there's something about you that's unlovable and unwantable. Maybe you're just, I'm getting like a feeling of exhaustion, and what's popping in my head is that like you've maybe for all this, for your existence up till now in this lifetime and this timeline, you've worn a facade more than you haven't. And that could be all different ways, but the one way I'm getting it is that underneath that facade is an energy and a spirit that really has a hard time blending in with this lifetime, with these energies, with the 3D. It's really difficult. I think that's weird. It's like a sub whatever of you're making peace with those parts of you that are maybe considered weird, and weird in a negative way, but they're not. They might be weird because they're unusual and they're uncommon, but that doesn't mean they're negative. If the masses are all indoctrinated the same way, you're gonna have so much resistance in your life from always, especially when you were younger, because it was more prevalent and pure there then, you know what I mean? So that's not an accurate buffer. Like that's not an accurate, what's not buffer? What's the word? Intel. Like when you gather data and you have the information, it's not accurate. Like you can't count on that. And that's where and of course you're not gonna, and it's flip side of that. I know I'm having a hard time getting words out. I feel all jumbly inside. If that's how the masses are, it's going to be very difficult for you to find your tribe. You feel me? So don't get discouraged about any of that. And it's time to reframe it and stop taking other people's projections personally, because they're probably telling you you're too much, you're this. No, you're not. They are triggered by you. They are not enough. If you look at it this way, if you're too much, you're vibrating high. They're vibrating low. You feel me? Think about all of the ways that applies. There's an energetic dissonance that you feel. You feel me? Okay. You're in week 2, your mind, your brain, and it's gonna be really crude, simple words because I can't think right now. The way that you've trained it has to flip. Rewiring it, refiring, firing up new neural pathways. It's about creating new neural pathways and closing off the old ones, erasing them from existence, because you can, because you made them, Aquarius. You fueled the energy for those, and you can stop and start it at will. Aquarians specifically, you feel me? Okay, week 3 starts with the 5 of Wands sideways, which is where you would want it more in the reverse, but it's going into the upright. So that is you. Okay. We're going to clarify so it might come out different, but my feeling is that that's you versus you again, like hardcore in this one. Five of Wands is when it's not conflict like the other fives. It's training. They have rods, right? They're training. So they're either opponents training or they're on the same team training. You know, they could be opponents in the way that they're individuals and they're all training with the same trainer. Do you feel me? And it's when there's disharmony in it. And it's because a lot of times it has to do with an esteem issue, on you believing in yourself, someone not believing in their abilities and their strengths and their talents. You know what I mean? It's a feeling of insecurity and competition, instead of like competition in a negative way, like measuring up instead of lifting up, right? You end it with the Three of Cups in reverse, which can mean a couple different things, and the Ace of Cups. So the Three of Cups in reverse can mean a reconciliation. It can also mean from like moving from friends to more than friends. It can also mean isolation from a group. In the upright, it's a celebration. It's a re-coming back together of two or more people that have been apart, you know. It can also be just support too. The Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning in the pathway of your beloved. Finding the pathway to your beloved, and the pathway to your beloved self and your beloved number one beloved, which is Source. And that's where it starts. It's a refortifying of your relationship with Source, and you are Source. Do you feel me? So it could be that you are pulling back from even like your happy crew, you know, to really focus. I mean, yeah, duh, Denise, because where do you go? The Six of Swords, where you literally separate yourself. So let's do the Five of Wands. Yeah, we'll start there, and then we'll see if we need to do the Three of Cups, but that's my plan, to do the Three of Cups next. The Queen of Cups. The Four of Wands, which is how you end. These are both sideways going into the upright. It's so funny because I was going to say that. Okay, the Six of Materials, which is Pentacles in the reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Aquarius. Okay, the Five of Cups on the split, and the Nine on the Nine of Swords on the bottom. It's about hold on. It's about letting yourself feel. Letting yourself be a conduit for love, the flow of love, the flow state of love, like as a verb, and as a concept, and as a belief, and as a way of life, like as a thing you're going to be committed to for every day for the rest of your life. I don't think that so far in your life you have been. I think you've been very, very, very wounded and by love, because whatever happened to you happened to you from someone that you loved, and what they did was, how you interpreted it, or how it was, or both, was unloving. And you've carried that. Do you understand what I mean? It's colored everything. The Six of Pentacles in the upright is my card of simultaneous uplift. This is you and whoever you're in partnership. That is your goal. This is showing that you still have is it your knowing in your being? No, it's your, I think it's just coming into balance you. Like maybe you've focused on one direction in life, like maybe it's been the pentacles, the money or something, you know, and this is, you're still kind of, and also maybe you have this strong pull to be a provider. And that competes with like your idea of what love has, or how you be in relationships. You know what I mean? See how that belief has influenced and affected all the areas that love is in your life. Friendships, familial, romantic, whatever. You feel me? Whew. This is like, it's a lot, but it's not a bad a lot. It's not heavy in my solar plexus. It's more here. It's going here. You know what I mean? That's good. That's good. In the way that to me is easier to rebalance than your solar plexus. You know, yeah, feels like speaking up is important for you too. Speaking out. For you. For you. Because this Ace of Cups is here, this is a message for you from the universe. That if this is the path to your relationships right now. Intimate relationships. How you relate. It's also about the budding, blossoming, growing, becoming of all of your psychic abilities. Okay, let's look at the Three of Cups. Yeah, let's look at the Three of Cups. Why is it in reverse, universe? Because it's the King of Swords, which is you. In this deck, muses are kings, but they're usually depicted as feminine, and voices are swords. Okay, so that's standing in your truth and acting from your truth. Let's see what else. Look at you all up in your own reading. Okay. All right, so you may have Libra in your chart, you may have a Libra in your life, but we have another divine counterpart. So the King and the Queen of Swords is on the split. The Hierophant is underneath that. The two, this is not you. Or it's you're closing out a cycle with a Libra. The Two of Cups and the Lovers on the bottom, and the World underneath that. Okay, I'm a little bit confused, but okay, so hold on, I'm gonna turn this heater down. Okay. Sorry about that. What came out is the 10 of emotions, 10 of cups, and the 9 of wands, inspiration. This is about some kind of reconciling with a Libra in your life. How? With someone, okay? And you're starting on a new pathway to love with them. But maybe your friend, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. And I know an Aquarius, and he's one of my best friends, and I'm a Libra, so it's freaking me out a little bit. I'm like, wait a second. So, okay. Okay. So far, love has felt like a burden for you. Intimacy, like true intimacy, and being yourself, and trusting someone to hold that has been a burden. There's a little tiny part of you that wants to give up. I think that part before was very large, and now it's much, much smaller. Give up on love. Give up on any of that. But you're not. The 9 of wands comes out when the universe is saying, yo, I know that this sucks for you, and it's been a very, 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 very long time. But it's some of this is you are carrying things you don't need to, and the other is that it's right there. Don't give up. It's literally the next step. Like, it's coming right there for you. You just have to keep moving forward. Don't let the low vibe drag you down. The giving up is a low vibe. Anxiety is a low vibe, right? If you can think of it like that, and you recognize what you feel like when those low vibes hit you, you can recognize it. You can address it quicker. Knight of Swords it. For real though, I don't know if you know this, but like if you have energetic cords, we all do with people, they're all different levels of intensity. For any ones that you want to cut, this is the technique you use. As you sit and you meditate and you say your intentions, and then you cut. You literally go like that around you and cut the energy off. I have my energetic cord comes in right here. And so you'll see me around my neighborhood. I do that. It works. Archangel Michael is who you call on to help with that. You could Google him. Okay. This is really interesting because it looks like you already have a partnership with a Libra. It could be a Gemini. It could be another Aquarius. It doesn't have to be with an air sign. And I don't feel like this is you. The King of Swords is you. But this Queen of Swords feels separate. And it's tied into the Hierophant, which is soul contracts. Doesn't have to be like romantic. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a romantic partnership to have a soul contract and to be a soulmate. Who? Just had a thought of like pulling a different card for you, but yeah, I mean, you end with the 4 of Wands. So hold on. My cards are up here. Give me a second. Just had to recharge them up. I'm going to pull a Romance Angels card for you on the Queen of Swords. Haven't done this for anybody else yet. Gotta follow what comes in my head. Okay. I love this Queen of Swords. Who is this Queen of Swords to Aquarius? Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Aquarius, you have a crush. Ooh, 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 ooh. Or in week 3, you're gonna meet one. You're gonna meet your crush. Okay. And on the bottom is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. I'm happy for you. Somebody fun. Someone fun who lifts your spirits. You're both simultaneously uplifted together. All right, Aquarius. Nice. Okay. Moving on. Week 4, 6 of Swords. Whatever happens in the previous weeks, there's a lot of healing in this month for you. A lot. And revealing. Healing and revealing to you. That's going to significantly change, shift you up higher, and it's going to stay, you know, and you're actually taking the actions, you're recognizing it, you're accepting it, you're allowing it, and you're taking the actions to let it, to maintain it, to make sure you're in a place where you're better able to maintain it. You feel me? All right, 6 of Swords. How long? Can't tell. 46. Gotta take a drink. Okay. Wet lips. 6 of Swords. Yeah, because you ended the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. So this is really, let's see. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords? Yeah. Yeah. I guess the universe like it. The wheel. The wheel. But it's going into the reverse. The wheel. It's fate. It's destiny. It's spinning and you're getting on it. There's still a little bit. Yeah. Again, the Queen of Wands again, which is you on the bottom, which is good. Because this is where you're building yourself up to. And the 7 of Pentacles materials on the split, which is taking that step back to reassess, you know, what worked, what didn't, what do you keep, what actions do you keep, what do you scrap? Do you start all the way over from new, or how do you like just figure out what your next steps are to take you to your final destination? Wait, I want to pull one more, because why is it sideways? Why is the wheel sideways? It's a little bit of a delay. So why is it sideways? So the 6 of Swords is why it's sideways, because, and that's what the original card was. It's going into the reverse. That came out. That's what the wheel was clarifying. So again, you did that in the beginning, and your first week you started double clarifying, and the last week you're ending double clarifying. I love Aquarians. There's nobody like you. The closest is Pisces, and they're so not like you in fundamental ways, but they're the closest in like, and then Taurus, I feel like. Okay. That's just my own personal opinion. My brain, my whole everything just went away. I had to pull another one. Now I'm really perplexed here. Because one came out in the upright and one came out in the sideways. Oh, but maybe that's where you were in the other weeks. You were still fighting a little bit of the actual separation, like of actually removing yourself to go find harmony, right? To be harmonious, to live harmoniously. Let me just pull one more for why these, what the moon. Fuck you, yeah. The universe isn't going to tell us. And it's also you. It's two things. It's being receptive to downloads, psychic information, like the esoteric knowledge, intuition, and it's about the need to have clear vision on whatever details are the most important for you for your path forward. It's control. It's about like not being comfortable, not knowing everything, right? Okay, what? It's about being able to count on yourself and giving yourself the chance to take action. And maybe if you were on a roll and then you had a little blip, this is saying keep going. Don't worry about it. Doesn't take away everything else. Just keep moving forward. You know what I mean? Just like there's a little crush popping up for you out of no. I'm thinking like that's the only real thing of this. Well, no, this. Okay. I feel like your Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands is you being ready and open to be in a commitment. Maybe not tomorrow, but like it's in your future now, you in your sights, like it's a possibility, and it's not like a lofty one. But let's see. I mean, these are really strong. This is really strong. These are it's really strong energy. Trying to figure out what kind of tree that is in the background. If it's holly. I feel like it might be important. I don't know why. If you want to Google that, and if it is relative or relevant to you, if you let me know in the comments, that would be cool. No worries either way. If you can figure out what that is. Okay. Four of Wands. What's going on here? What's going on here with this bird head? Bird head man in the tux. Right? Yeah, okay. It's the King of Wands, which was underneath the Strength card, which is on the bottom from the split from before. I was feeling like Emperor energy here for you. King of Wands is Leo, but it could be any fire sign, but it also doesn't have to be. It's embodying that energy. So you move from the Queen to the King. So you move from just the receptive, creative to the doing, being, and acting. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're letting go. The Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords is on the bottom. You're letting it go. You're not letting it. In the beginning, you made that decision, right? In the beginning of the month, to not let the pain dictate your movements, and you're doing it by the end. See what I mean, man? Aquarians are fast. The Lovers. My rule is if it flips over and it doesn't flip on the table, if whatever action I'm going to, like that, I would go back and forth about it. If it doesn't fall once I move, then I put it back in, and this one was falling, so, and it's the Lovers. Which is already out for you from the beginning. That, my friends, is two, they don't have to be male, female, they can be any gender, two actualized people. And by actualized, I mean have a regular self-care routine that they practice that includes spiritual, right? Includes everything. They know who they are. They may still be actively working and processing through stuff, but they are on the upward, and they're your equal. You guys are equal. Both of you coming together, both of you actualized, both of you giving to the source, and then you come together and then you make a whole new source with the source. So that's where you headed, Aquarius, okay? At the end of February. Oh, March. I wonder what March is going to be like for you. God, I can't wait for that. Ooh, the mid-monthly. That'll be fun. Aquarius, this is a big deal. This is a lot of rapid growth of the long-term longevity kind, of the long-lasting kind. Why do I feel like I'm just going to pull one more overall for you. The Six of Cups. It's a past life soulmate, right? That came up in another, I know that came up somewhere else, right? The Emperor! That's you in all your glory, son. All of it. That's also Aries. So if you have Aries in your chart, this is you regardless. Doesn't matter the gender. Aries. Aquarius. Yes. Jesus. Okay, let's look at your healing cards. That was dope. Wow. It's not going to be an easy month, but it's not going to be as hard as it has been. Like, it might still be heavy, but you're going to be able to handle it. You feel me? In a way that you haven't really been able to do before, because you just weren't there. But you have done a lot of work on your frequency and your vibration. So, yay. Good for you. All right. Healing card. I'm going to pull one more. All right. We do the bottom one. 2, resisting change leads to illness. Accepting change brings about peace. Embrace the changes in your life, release what you no longer need, and welcome the seeds of new experience. That was on the bottom. Wander where there is no path. There's no time like the present to get lost. Realize that a path has many expressions. Exploring creativity, indulging intuition, pursuing a relationship. Are you kidding me, Aquarius? Choose one and get lost on the pathless path today, and it looks like you choosing love. Okay. Everything lost is found again. Everything hurt is healed again. This truth has the power to retrieve a part of your spirit from the past. 6 of Cups. It's a mantra that's strong enough to overcome past injuries. This will be your constant thought today. Everything lost is found again. Everything hurt is healed again. All right, Aquarians, have fun. Thank you for coming and sharing your energy with me. And thank you for coming and holding space for me so that I could attempt to interpret the energies coming through for you. I will see you in like 2 weeks at your mid-monthly. Till then, bye-bye.